Hello there, I'm Altuna and welcome to this post BCS Cardiff video. Um, BCS Cardiff was my first BCS, and I'm gonna make this quite a short video, but I just wanted to talk about my experiences and if you're going to experience a BCS, maybe this is something for you to sort of gauge on how the feeling goes. And I just want to say that it was a great time, down in Firestone Games in Cardiff. It was a 9-hour journey for us, and it was long, tiring, but absolutely enjoyable. The people that I travelled with, absolutely great. They're absolutely great friends of mine, and when we get there to be with your friends from your local, your friends that you've been playing with all year for 6 years for me now, because I've been Vanguard player for 2019 was when I started. And they've been fantastic to play with, and to experience my first BCS with them was really cool, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I want to thank my opponents at BCS. They were lovely people, and I hope whatever tournaments they have, that they do really well, and I hope I get to play them again, or even speak to them again, because they were lovely to speak to. When we got there, it was biggest venue I've ever been at for card games, and also biggest amount of players ever. I don't think I've ever been around that many players for card games before. It was incredible. We had a 75-man Shadowverse tournament going on at the same time, so that was cool to see. As you can see, I love my Shadowverse. Haven't played it in a while because it's just, the product's not that obtainable for us, so we sort of dropped that in our friend group. But I've still got my cards because they're just gorgeous artworks. But when we got there, it was very much standing. I wish I could have had some seating. That would have been nice, especially for later rounds when my back was a bit, post time I should say, when my back was a bit sore. Had to sit on the floor. But it was great. I didn't know about seating, so another fantastic member of our community informed me about the seating, so I packed up all my stuff and then was ready to go when the actual round one was called. But it was a bit chaotic. There were so many people that we all stood up to try and get to our seats, and no one could get to their seat because it was just stood still. We were all stood still, standing up, and we had to be told to go downstairs and to come back up single file. Eventually, as further rounds went, they started just doing it via a section of table numbers, which was a lot better system. Like I said, the games were a lot of fun. I came to a 2-5 results, 2 wins, 5 losses. A lot of close games. Could have gone more my favour with just one more crit, but my triggers were very sparring via unless I won the match, which was when all my triggers decided to show up with double crit twice on 2 Vanguard swings in my 2 games. But yeah, it was very enjoyable. and I definitely want to experience that again. It was, I'd probably say not as daunting as I thought it would be. You know, you have that many people, that many strangers, but I just treat them like they were, they're in the same boat as me at the end of the day. They've travelled, they've, brought the deck either that they feel most comfortable with, like the same as me, or they've brought a deck that they want to win the tournament with, for sure. They've brought their Rezials, they've brought their leather dresses, they brought the Luards, and I had a lot of fun, even if my triggers were hiding for the most part, and to talk to opponents quite easy afterwards. And also, there's one instance where one of my opponents in the last game I'd chatted to 2 rounds before, who was next to me, like after we'd both had our games, and just like I said, our community was just fantastic at BCS Cardiff, and I couldn't thank that enough. It would have been a bit funny to play against one of my friends that I was with, but none of us managed to go against one another. So post tournament, I was happy. Mine, there was a bit of disappointment in our group, and we were good by that. But we stayed around, and I was a bit disappointed with some of the organisation of the event. There was meant to be a quiz for the alt art Liel, and it was something that I was really looking forward to. I really wanted this alt art Liel, and a bit disappointed it was done behind a quiz instead of just making it a raffle. But also, there's meant to be a QR code that you're meant to scan, and then that put you into the quiz. But I was never told it, so I missed the quiz. So that was quite disappointing. And there wasn't really one for the side event, although I didn't participate in the side event. I would have liked to, but my brain was just frazzled. It was so frazzled. I'd never done that much Vanguard, like back to back to back to back in a sort of competitive environment. So my brain was hurting. I'd spoke so much that my mouth was dry, and so I just literally rested from end of the tournament to shop closing time. But my overall tournament experience was fantastic. Like I say, I want to thank the community, and I want to thank my friends for that. Herminia wise, I don't have any regrets for taking her. Like I say, she's my comfort deck. She's blinged out. If you went up against me, you definitely would have known you were up against me, because I had so much Herminia stuff on show that unless I was playing funny mind games, you knew what I was playing. But yeah, it was a real joy to experience, and I definitely want to experience more of that in the future. Be it Summerfest, be it another BCS in the future. I just really am thankful that it ended the way it did. Regarding my confidence, I was on cloud 9, and the journey back was again another 9. But I really still just had a good time, and I definitely want to do it again. So I'm going to leave it there because I'll probably end up repeating myself. So I've been Metal Tuner. Have yourself a good time. Take care, and I shall see you upstream. Keep thrashing and splashing.